You need a steel ruler, a grey cardboard for your cover, your book cover, set square with grey inside it, preferably, and you'll need a pencil and a utility knife. And right now I'm trying to show you what the size is. It's 9 cm by 14 cm portrait size, and this is the outcome. You were going to be wrapping the paper around the grey cardboard, and it will look like a real book cover. So right now I'm trying to show you what is against the grain and along the grain. For paper, you will need to work along the grain line, which is this area. Compared to this, it doesn't bend as well because it's against the grain. So you have to work with along the grain. So you need to cut along the grain as well. So the long side has to be like that, yeah, along the grain. And right now I'm showing you how to work with the set square to get straight lines. And here I've gotten the straight lines, and I'm measuring it so that it's all at the right angle. And once you got that, you use your pen knife and your stainless steel rule. Just go along the grey board a couple of times, scoring it, because it takes quite a bit of cuts to cut through it completely. As you can see, it's along the grain. Okay, and right now I have my papers here, and I'm just going to mark the places where I'm going to set my grey board right at the center. So I'm using the set squares and all. And right now I'm showing you, I'm going to mark the four corners of my grey board. So later on when I apply the glue, I can just easily find these four pencil lines, and then I'll just set my grey board on top of it. So it's pretty easy, right? So there you go, if you can see it. So right now I'm going to apply glue with my sponge brush, or you can use a sponge roller. And white glue, I'm using Elmer's white glue. It's non-toxic and there's no like weird smells. A little bit of water, and I'm using the golden cap here, yeah, to like also put some of the glue inside, but it didn't work out, so I just used the cardboard. Yeah, so I applied it, and now I put it in place, yes, and I'm going to cut off the four corners of the paper, and I'm going to apply glue on the sides. So right now you're going to fold the four corners in so that it becomes a real book cover. So right now, just remember to press and pinch and not just slide it, because when you slide it, the glue will just go all over. And then use this roller to really roll it in place, right? You see that? Okay, actually okay, right now this is crimping. You crimp the corners so that it can fold in easily. Do you see that? There's a depression over there. Crimp on both sides, and then you just fold the other two sides in easily. So right now I'm applying glue at the sides. So just now I was saying I should have pinched the sides first, not the top and bottom ends, but it's okay since it's a craft project. It's not like for professional sale or what. But yeah, so you see the action that I'm doing, I'm pinching and I'm not sliding off them, and it takes a while because the glue is wet, and you need some patience to really glue it in place. Okay, so I glued it in place already, and I'm just pinching madly to get it all down. Sometimes you have to press for a while to get the glue stick down to the papers, and then use your roller to really sort of like glue it down. So sometimes it doesn't work, so I'm just going to use more glue. As you can see, I'm like squeezing the glue out. So you have to use thicker consistency of the glue. So you have to use more of it, and I'm applying it right now and folding and pinching and folding and pinching until it stays in place. You have to wipe your fingers off with a cloth, clean cloth, because if your fingers get dirty from the glue, it will stain your book. So yeah, it's handy to have a cloth nearby to clean your hands. As you can see, it's starting to stick together, and I'm using the roller to roll it, applying pressure, and I'm doing the same for all the other sides. And right now I'm using the bone folder to crimp the side again, the corners, applying glue, and then I'm going to fold in the other side, folding and pinching again, pinch, 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 pinch. Okay, so that is done. Right now I'm going to do the inserts, and I'm using a set square to measure out straight lines. Using a set square is good because it will get you the straightest lines possible. Yeah, and if you see those 2 points, it's the flap that I'm going to create. Okay, and as you see those points, they are called crop marks, and I'm using the back of the knife to score this crop mark, this score line marks actually. Yeah. So what I do is I turn over the other side, and then I use the back of the knife and score it. So once you score it, you can actually easily fold them. And this is the folded card paper, which is actually the inserts of my book. As you can see, it's like a zigzag fold, and because it's quite a long zigzag fold book, so I need to connect edges, and my printer is not big enough. It's like A3 size big. So right now I'm going to apply white glue again on the flap, which I shown you earlier. So this is the flap that will connect the pages together. So I'm applying with the sponge brush. What's good about this sponge brush is because it has a chisel edge, which you can get into the corners of your papers. You get a nice clean edge. And right now I'm going to paste the flap onto the next following page. I'm pasting it inside, and so we lay it down flat. Make sure it's in place, and it's aligned at both the bottom and the top corners properly. As you can see, I'm carefully laying it down. Okay, once I lay it down, I pinch and slide. Okay, some of the glue might come off, but it's okay, you can just wipe it off, and then take your bone folder. You can easily buy this bone folder at any craft stores. And then you just slide it along the lines. Okay, using the edge of the bone folder, and then just really ease it inside that fold. So once you got that, you apply glue to the other areas that needs to be glued down. So I'm using my sponge brush and getting into the pockets, and using my bone folder, I just slide it again. Yes, and then you have each page down and stick together. So there you have it. two pages connected together. So there's a bit of a glue residue, but it's okay, you can just easily wipe it off before it's stained. So here, this is my finished hardboard cover. So what I'm gonna do now is telling you that you need to really protect your covers with an acrylic or gloss varnish spray, because it really gets stained easily. So what I do was I just lay it down flat and spray it like 2 coats. And now I'm showing you how to paste the pages to the book. Yeah, so again, telling you, please varnish your book covers to make it, because right now this is the old version, it's so dirty. Yeah, so once you have that protected, it will protect against fingerprints and oily marks and all. So just lay it down flat on newspapers and then just coat the edges and also the top 30 centimeters away. So right now we're going to paste it down, the pages of the book, onto the hardcover. So it's very easy, it's the same procedure. Get your pencil and then mark the 4 corners where the first page will be pasted on. So right now I'm trying to adjust, and then here I have this 4 corners all marked, right? Okay, once I've gotten my markings, it's easy for me to just glue it down. I'm getting my white glue again, add some water, spread out the glue, and then wipe it down spread it onto the page where I'm going to glue it down. And once I'm done, just paste it at all the 4 corners. Yeah, and leave it down to dry. You can use a protective cover and then use a roller to roll it. So once you get that done, just leave it aside and let it just let it glue it. Right, so some of the corners might still pick out, so you can just apply more glue to that and then just roll again. Make sure that it's all stick down properly. And now to the other side, I'm applying white glue onto the edges of the yellow book cover, because obviously you didn't spray that area with the varnish, because you need it to stick together with the papers. So what white glue does is that when it dries up, it's transparent and it's also a layer of protection, but you have to really make it evenly. So what I did just then was to roll over it, and now I'm going to do some of the gaps in between. It's a long process, you need patience because it's all handmade. So once it's done, ta-da! It's a zigzag fold. You have your cover done. And right now I'm showing you the other side, where I'm going to apply my white glue onto the white page. And once I've applied glue, right, I'll just paste it down onto the white cover. I may not put on markings because it may seem off, because what I want is that the yellow and the white covers are together like this, like they are back to back. But because it's handmade, it's not like super perfect like what a machine does. It's a little bit off center compared to the yellow cover, but it's alright. Just paste it down with your 2 hands. Just adjust it accordingly so that it feels right. It feels like it's back to back positioning is right. Okay, so obviously the white glue isn't sticking, but it's okay. So I'm trying again, trying to see if this position is good. Make sure it's aligned on all four sides. So yes, I've gotten it glued down, and I'm now going to use my roller to roll it into place, apply pressure to make sure the glue is sticking everything together. Yeah, so I think the corners is not sitting in well yet, so yes, give it another good rub. More glue, more pressure onto this area. Press it down very firmly, and then repeat and repeat and repeat. And you can repeat the process of gluing the other side of the edge with the white glue. And now this is the finished product. Both sides. Zig Zag Book finished. And then you can put some heavy weights onto it, leave it overnight, and just let it stay in place. Thank you for watching.